this goes.
Hello, everyone, and today we have a great show for you. I'm Alex, and here's my good friend Braden, and we are ready to get into it.
As you can see, obviously, Donnie and Jordan are not here today. Donnie's unfortunately at home sick, and Jordan's replacing me in the back today. Me and Alex here are ready to bring you an absolute beautiful show today, talking about a whole bunch of different topics here. Obviously, we're going to hop into the Go to the Week in a couple minutes. But Alex, I just want to start off. I want to say thank you so much, for coming up here with me.
I appreciate it.
you know-
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man,
I'm really excited to get this done.
us, from being in the back to coming out of the front, it's kind of like a.
It's weird, eh?
It is kind of weird.
It's a different feeling.
It definitely is a
different
different
vibe, but I like it.
I wouldn't want to be up here with anybody else but you, Alex.
And that's exactly how I feel.
Anyways. So, Alex. Huh? No. Anyways, Alex, take it away. What are we doing today?
Well, first up, we got the three goats of the week.
Jumping right in and go to the week.
Jumping right into it.
All
yeah.
right.
And at the one, we got St. Patrick's Day that just passed the other day.
Yeah, that was.
Did you do anything exciting?
No, definitely. I'm not really like a huge St. Patrick's Day kind of guy. I've been kind of under the weather the past couple days. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. So nothing too crazy. What about you though? Did you do anything? You go drinking, Alex? I know you just turned 19.
I didn't do much. I turned 20 actually in March, but
Same thing.
no, I didn't do much drinking on St. Patrick's Day. I did a lot of drinking on during March break though.
Speaking of March break, coming up at the number 2, we got March break, or spring break, depending on where you're from. It's a week off from not only school but basically your duties. It's very fun. Some people go on vacation. I, once again, was sick, so I kind of just stayed home for the whole week. But
Exciting.
I heard you. I was told you had a pretty interesting March break,
Yeah.
Alex.
Some would say I went to the Dominican. I went to Punta Cana during March break. Did a lot of drinking. It was some would say. Some would say I did that. I went with my family. It was fun.
Yeah.
A lot of drinking. Yeah, it was a good time.
Well, speaking of family, coming in at the number 3 spot for Go to the Week, we have Natalie. Natalie, if you're watching this, I just want to say, I'm so sorry that you're going for Alex's cousin instead of Alex. Alex is absolutely beautiful, and he should be here. You should be here with him, loving him and
Yeah.
showing him love because Alex is a lovable man.
I got no comment on this.
What's
I think
Natalie's
he's-
last name?
I don't know. I forget.
You're-
I'm not really that close with her.
You're in love with her, but you don't know?
No, I don't like her. We're friends. I'm not like that. We're not like last name basis.
No? Are you first name basis? Or do you just stalk her?
No, we're friends.
Yeah? How many times did she come over?
Once as a group, It was. Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, moving swiftly forward from those. Those are our go to the weeks. St. Patrick, March break, and Natalie. Absolutely beautiful trio there.
Great three.
The big 3, even.
The big three.
Yeah,
Well said.
top 3, yeah. Duke in the back.
Doesn't get any much better than those three.
100%. Especially number 3. Are you putting the camera in the fucking...
Camera
You,
guy
like,
doesn't know what
raise
he's
it up.
doing. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
I'm not even supposed to be here. You're supposed to ignore that I'm here.
so why are you
Sorry for the
talking?
interruption.
I'm the fourth wall right now.
I'm going to break you. Anyways, Alex, we got a couple different
Freedom.
topics here today. We got
Let's
football, we got food. We're going to talk about vacation spots. Obviously, perfect timing. You went to Punta Cana and all that stuff. So, what do you want to start off with here?
I'm fine with breakfast foods.
Breakfast foods?
That's what if you're down for that.
I'm down for breakfast foods. Let's go breakfast foods.
Let's go breakfast foods.
What do you... Breakfast food from fast food places.
From fast food places? Well,
We're talking like less than $10.
Anyways.
it depends. Like, you want my favorite place? Like, it depends where I'm going. Like, if I'm going to Tim Hortons, I'm getting a farmer's wrap.
Okay, but I'm talking like, you got every single place open.
Okay.
Where you going?
Where am I going? Yeah, probably Tim Hortons.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not a big hash brown or like egg sandwich kind of guy. I mean, I guess there's egg on farmer's wraps, but and hash browns too. But like I'm not a big sandwich guy. I'm more of a wrap guy.
Yeah.
So if I go to McDonald's, I'm getting like an egg sandwich, which I'm not as big of a fan as a farmer's wrap.
Okay, that's understandable.
And I don't really like coffee. I get hot chocolate from Tim Hortons, but the hot chocolate at McDonald's isn't that good.
I'm more of a. I'm actually quite the opposite. I don't love the farmer's wrap anymore. I used to. It used to be my favorite thing. But I'm definitely I'm a sausage McMuffin guy.
Yeah,
If I can
that's
go
fair.
anywhere, I'm going McDonald's, sausage McMuffin, strawberry banana smoothie.
That's solid. I can respect that. That's respect. I like it. I'll have to try
Duke,
that.
you want to get up here instead?
I'll have to give that a try. It sounds good.
Definitely is good. Yeah. But so after the fast food place, we're just going breakfast foods. We're just talking breakfast foods. You wake up in the morning, you have every ingredient in your house.
Ooh.
What are we making?
Probably.
Nothing.
I'm going. So for a plate, I'm going bacon,
Okay.
scrambled eggs,
Okay.
and either French toast or pancakes. Probably French
I'm not
toast.
gonna lie, that's basic as hell.
I know it's basic, but
Basic as hell.
hey,
I'm going waffles with strawberries on top. We're talking on the side, 3 pieces of toast, tall glass of chocolate milk.
chocolate milk.
If you're if
Okay.
you have every ingredient in the house, you're telling me you're making a basic ass bacon
Okay,
and eggs.
it's not just regular For the pancakes, I'll throw some chocolate chips, maybe some
Whoa, slow down, guys.
maybe
Innovation.
Get some whipped cream in there. Maybe some.
Cream pie?
I know it's basic, but for breakfast, that's where I'm going. You know, I'm not scared to pick a basic choice.
I mean, I can't respect it.
That's fine.
Like if it was all I had, I'd do it.
And what'd you say you're going with again?
Like we're talking waffles. We're talking maybe a pancake, maybe a waffle pancake stack.
Okay.
Talking some strawberries on top with some syrup drizzled on there. 3 pieces of toast, tall glass of chocolate milk. That is a perfect meal. The anabolic,
Yeah, that I like. Yeah.
it sounds anabolic as hell.
I mean, just because I don't get that every time. Like, if I go to a restaurant, I usually don't get that. I'll get like one time I went to Stacks and I got cinnamon pancakes, like cinnamon bun, but they're like cinnamon bun, but like with pancakes.
What's Stacks?
It's a restaurant near John Max.
Yeah, I've never been to Stacks.
It's pretty good. It's a pancake restaurant.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good. If you like pancakes, that's the place to go.
Okay, for sure. All right. Maybe. So why didn't you say Stacks
What do you mean?
when I said breakfast food from a restaurant?
Well, you said fast food, so I don't know. It's not a fast food restaurant.
Why?
You don't want to eat that?
No.
I want to throw up.
I am a big cereal. I do like the occasional cereal. If I were to pick my favorite cereal is probably
No.
no.
No, I wouldn't.
I like Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Fruit
Good
Loops.
cereal. That cereal though. That sounds good.
I do love me some Fruit Loops, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Fruit Loops are good.
I locked the chair in the wrong spot.
What about you? What's your favorite cereal? If you had to pick one cereal, what would it be?
Probably Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, controversial as hell. I hate Captain Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Kinda Al.
I'll be
Reese's
honest, I don't like it
Pieces,
either.
Can't stand it.
You seem like a milk first kind of guy though. You seem like a guy that pours the milk first and then the cereal.
Yeah, I actually I do that.
You do that? Yeah. You do seem like that guy.
But it's
And
not
that's
like
fair. That's fair.
no, but I don't do it like a weird way.
Okay.
I do like just enough milk in the bowl
Just in a yeah. And
so I like to the point where I like it,
okay,
and then I put the cereal on top, and I mix the cereal in the milk.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Hey man, we don't judge on this show.
I like
we
my
respect
milk
everyone's
precise.
opinions.
Okay. I don't respect your opinion.
That's. Sorry, he's dying over here, guys. Oh, he's good.
I'm locked in. We're good.
He's locked in. 2 minutes to
I'm
go,
locked
down
in.
2. You need a defensive stop. He's right there for you.
I'm locked. I'm not even worried about it. Are you worried about it?
I'm not worried about it.
No. What'd you say? Go on. What'd you say?
I was talking to the guy.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said this is the best podcast we've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You know why?
What?
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm here.
Well, yeah, you know that is.
Of course.
Best duo in the league right here.
The only way that could make this better is if Liam was in that chair instead of him. Liam,
I won't take it personally, guys.
you should. Excuse me for 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of going off, I guess we've talked enough about breakfast foods. I guess we'll kind of try to switch it up, maybe.
Sure.
Um,
What?
Why do you keep staring at me?
Because I need something to look at. That's why I keep turning to look at him, but then I feel bad because I'm not looking at the camera. Thank you, Duke.
Is there any topic you'd like to throw out?
We talked football. I know we talked football, or they talked football in an earlier episode, but I mean, we might as well. I know football's like the only thing you actually know how to talk about other than food. So we can talk about a little bit of football. Talk about
Oh,
teams. I know you're a
football.
Lions fan.
I'm a Lions fan, yeah.
Almost had it.
Heartbreaking loss. Up 24-7.5.
They almost had it.
Then fell apart.
I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting for
It
him.
is what it is.
I was rooting for him.
Yeah, a lot of people were out of sympathy because they've been through so much, you know. They've sucked for so many years.
They still suck.
Probably have the worst franchise in the NFL. Maybe the worst franchise all of sports.
No.
Probably not, but for
Not on
sure.
Maple Leafs.
Yeah, the Leafs do suck. At least they have cups though. But for football, I would say them or the Browns would have the worst franchise
The
in
Lions.
football.
The
Probably
Lions.
the Lions. Yeah. No Super Bowls. Their first division win in like 30 years or whatever it was.
I think it was like since like 19.
It wasn't even the NFC North when they won. It was
No.
something different.
Yeah.
So it was their first NFC North title.
Yeah.
It was an exciting year. Hopefully they can get back to it next year. They signed some good players, so we'll see what happens.
Maybe who knows? Super
Maybe.
Bowl contender.
They are, yeah. It's Super Bowl or bust.
I fell.
Are we doing a football? Is there a football tier list?
Yeah.
If we can get a tier list,
I don't think we have a tier list. I'm not gonna hold you.
Well, clearly, Lions.
no. If there's a tier list, it would be very unbiased. I know the Lions aren't S tier. The Lions aren't S tier yet.
We are getting one.
We are getting one. It'll be up in a
Okay.
minute. It'll be unbiased. I don't
Yeah,
even know who your
because-
favorite team is.
You'll never know.
I'll never know.
No. It has been said in this room though. Today.
Probably like Washington or
Fuck
something.
no. What the fuck?
Jacksonville.
God no.
You're a Lawrence guy. You love his hair. Who doesn't love Lawrence's hair? Yeah, so we'll get the tier list up in a minute.
I'm a Minnesota type of guy.
Get into that. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
They're from our division, so
Canadian cousins from the south. They all sound like Canadians.
I know, Dad. Well, we'll wait for this tier list. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about a little bit more football stuff without talking ranking teams here. What do we got? What do we got? I don't know.
let me ask you this something about football. Do you consider Patrick Mahomes? I know he's young; it's still pretty early in his career. Do you consider him the GOAT already? Are you ready to say he's the best quarterback of all time, ahead of Tom Brady?
Part of me wants to, because in the same amount of time that Brady played, Mahomes has done more
Yeah.
in 6 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not by like a crazy number.
Right.
So I don't know if I consider him the GOAT yet,
But he's getting there.
but maybe after this or next season, for sure.
Yeah, I think he has to win. I think Brady won 7 rings, right? Mahomes is at 3 or 4.
See, but I don't even really count rings anymore, because every time, like, okay, we bring up Jordan and Braun for a second.
Yeah.
Every time people bring up Jordan and Braun, they go, "Oh, but Jordan has more rings. Jordan has more rings."
Yeah.
I don't even look at rings. I look at Jordan played for what, 6 seasons, 5 seasons.
Can we get a check on that?
Jordan played for 6 seasons, right?
I think it was
Yeah.
more than. I thought it was more than 6. I know he switched to baseball for 1 year. Oh, 15.
Those are off a little bit.
He did not.
He played 15 seasons in the National Basketball Association between 1984 and 2003, winning 6 champions.
Oh, I'm thinking rings. I'm fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm dumb as hell.
You're good. You're good. So 6 rings, 15
Anyways.
seasons, not too bad.
Point is, he played 15 seasons, and Braun's played what? 20 plus, 30 plus.
Something like. I don't think it's 30, but it's probably around 20. But I don't look at rings.
I don't know
either.
basketball. I'm not gonna lie.
21 seasons.
Yeah.
21 seasons. And people are saying, "Oh, look, he has this many points and this many points and this many points and this many, and he does this and he does."
Yeah.
We're talking 15 season to 15 seasons. Jordan did more,
Yeah.
but it's the same thing with Mahomes and Brady.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I think Peyton Manning, greatest quarterback of all time. That's just a me
Manning?
thing.
I like Manning.
Do we have that tier list?
I do
What
like
happened?
Manning. Yeah.
What happened? Why'd you go? You don't even know football. You play car soccer.
I don't look at rings either, especially for football, because football there's so many players that doesn't matter how good of a quarterback you have, if the players around you are shit, you're not going to win any rings anyways.
Andrew Luck, for example.
Yeah. I mean, Brady, if you think about it, every team Brady was on had good wide receivers, had a great O-line, and had a good running back. Mahomes, this year he didn't really have good wide receivers besides Kelsey. I think
yeah.
they led the league or one of the highest teams in drops this year.
Yeah, well, him and Kelsey are fucking.
Yeah.
They're making out on that field.
Shout out to Taylor Swift.
We're bringing up Taylor
Um,
Swift already.
Yeah, but yeah, Mahomes and Kelsey, they're a good duo.
Isn't Nathan Peterman the best football quarterback of all time?
The fact that I don't even know who that is tells me no.
Pretty good.
What year
yeah?
did he play?
Played the Bears for 1 year.
The Bears. Speaking of the Bears, getting rid of Justin Fields was kind of. Did you hear that?
No.
They got rid of Justin Fields for like a 6th-round pick. It was kind of stupid, but Fields is on the Steelers now, and the Steelers signed Russell Wilson last week, and they announced that Russell Wilson will be starting over Justin Fields. Doesn't make any sense to me, but it's the Steelers. They'll still find a way to win 10 games and make the playoffs and then lose the first round, so that's what they do.
Steelers.
Their
suck.
job is just to get in the playoffs, and then their job's done.
Sounds like me and my team.
So that tells me that the Bears will be drafting Caleb Williams, who seems like a stud.
You seem like a stud.
Thank you.
No problem.
I should declare for the NFL draft.
You should. Do we have that tier list yet?
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming. You guys need to keep.
We'll get the tier list ready. We'll get it up there when we're ready. Braden will make it. It's okay.
I didn't really want to be up here that bad with this cough, so this is horrible.
If you want to trade off with someone,
Should we just restart the podcast with like different people?
No, it's fine. Unless Keith wants to get up here.
I think it's going good.
I'm locked in.
I know.
I'm locked in. I just came out from the locked in factory.
You're locked in. Oh,
I'm locked in.
he's back.
Come on, keep talking. You're the host here, brother.
We'll get the tier again. We'll get the tier list. They're pulling it up right now. And we'll.
Are
Try
they pulling it up right now?
They're trying to.
It's ready.
It's ready.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, can we pull that up? Alex doesn't know what he's talking about anymore. I hit a wall.
And here it is.
Oh
This will be
my
unbiased.
God, we
I
went to the
promise.
locked-in factory.
Um.
This will not be unbiased.
So
Lions at the
we
top.
got the master, the elite, the skilled, the very good, the good, the average, the bad, the very bad, horrible, and just awful. And
AKA the Lions.
someone decided to put the Lions in the just awful, even though they made it to the NFC Championship, which is fine.
Is this just based off last season, or is this like all time, all franchise history?
I think based off last season, probably like based off right now.
We're just going off right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. That
This
leads
is
us right
differently
into our
with-
sponsor.
all right.
If you guys just zoom in like a touch, the ads on the sides will go away. Okay.
So starting off first, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. My opinion, I would probably put them in the good. I think they're a bit better than average. I mean, considering they missed the playoffs, I'm not ready to say very good.
Okay, but like, they didn't miss the playoffs because they. No, I can't say that. They didn't miss the playoffs because they sucked. They missed
Right.
the playoffs because they got cucked. That's like.
They started off. Here's the thing: they started off like 7-2, and somehow finished like 1-8.
Oh, I'm not in the frame.
And missed the playoffs. So, are you? So, where would you would put them in good, or you'd put them in higher?
I put them in very good
You'd put them in very good.
because they could have made it.
I know, but they didn't.
Okay, whatever. Leave me good. I want to be a little.
Houston. Here's a team.
Fuck Houston.
Hol-
Fuck
Here is
Houston.
no. Houston was a Cinderella story.
No.
They came in young.
No.
C.J. Stroud took them to the playoffs. Didn't only take them to the playoffs. Won the wild card round in advance and played Baltimore and
Who'd they win the wild card around against?
the Browns.
Yeah. Fuck Houston.
So
Bad. Put them in bad.
even though they made it to the divisional round,
They still suck ass.
okay, we'll put them in bad, even though they're not bad.
Unbiased though, guys.
Some-
Unbiased.
I'm biased. Lions.
I'd put them in very good.
I'd put them in very good too.
La-
They're
after-
not master.
Definitely not skilled. After last season, though, I definitely would put them up there.
Yeah, I'd put them in very good. They're definitely, I think, top. They have like the fourth best odds to win the Super Bowl. I think this year, fourth or fifth, something like that.
Something like that. Not first or second, though.
Not first or second. No.
Who is first right now?
For the odds,
Yeah.
I think it's Chiefs.
Of course.
I mean, it makes sense. Green Bay, they shocked a lot of people. Jordan Love, it was his third season, but it was his first, like, kind of his first rookie season because it was his first season that he was starting the whole year, and he took them. Didn't only take them to the playoffs, made the wild card, won the wild card, played the Niners in the divisional round, and put up a fight against them. They should have won that game, lost by 3 points against a very good Niners team. I would probably put. They're not as good as the Lions. I would probably put them in good.
I'd put them behind the Jags and good, though.
Yeah, behind the Jags. Yeah.
Ooh, the Cowboys. All right. The Cowboys kind of played like ass. They did not do good.
Like they always do.
No, I wouldn't say like they always do.
Once they make the playoffs,
Yeah, they do
they
kind
kind
of
of
fold.
choke. They're a good regular season team.
Did they
Don't
even
get me
make the
wrong.
playoffs?
They made the playoffs
Did
and
they?
then played Green Bay in the wild card and got their throat stepped on. They lost like 48 to 21
That's
or
right.
something.
Yeah, that's right. I'd low key for the entire season. I'd want to put them in average, but if we're talking just playoffs,
Yeah, I don't even want to put them in very good because they disappoint every year. Everyone's like, okay, this is their year. They're winning the Super Bowl. and somehow they just don't have any success once they get in the playoffs. So I'd probably put them in good to average. I'm fine with putting them in average or good. Doesn't matter.
I'm fine with either.
You're putting complexity in average?
Are you a fucking idiot?
Oh, this isn't esports?
Yeah. The Bears, I mean, they started off bad, and then they kind of got hot towards the end of the year, missed the playoffs. So I'd probably put them below Houston, probably in the bad. I wouldn't put them in just awful, because they did. I mean, the problem, they're going to get Caleb Williams. They have the first pick. They have 2 first-round picks. They're going to be, I think, a lot better. And they didn't have that bad of a year. I mean, so I'm not ready to put them in awful. Not like the Panthers. God, Panthers won like 3 games. So I think bad is a good category for them.
That's kind of where most teams are going to be sitting, I feel.
Yeah. You want the next one?
The Bills?
The Bills.
I don't really want to talk about the Bills.
You don't want to talk about the
Bills
Bills?
suck.
I
don't even think...
The Bills are kind of like the Cowboys too, in a sense where like they have the team that can win the Super Bowl, and then they do though. Like they've had so many chances. They've gotten beat by the Chiefs 3 years out of the last like 4. Mahomes, and I mean 1 year they were up with like 13 seconds left, and somehow Mahomes came down and they got them in field goal position.
The script.
Yeah, the script. So they have a team. They had a team that could win the Super Bowl and just have fallen short every year. Like they have a top 10 quarterback. They have Stephon Diggs, the top receiver. They have a top 5 defense. To me, they have a team that can win, and they just fall short every year.
I feel like it's definitely the nerves, though.
Could be. I would probably put them. I'd probably put them in.
And if we compare them to the Cowboys, I feel like we have to put them with the Cowboys.
In average, yeah. I'm fine with putting them in average. They should be like the thing is they have a better team than average. It's just the fact that they don't do anything, kind of like the Cowboys once it's the playoffs. And then the Chiefs. I mean, that's pretty.
Okay, but the question is, I get that they won the Super Bowl, but there were if you go back and watch like the conference win and then the division win and then the Super Bowl win, there are a couple interesting plays where you see players run up to Mahomes and then just
yeah. I get what you're saying. If we're not putting the Chiefs in master, then nobody would be able to be in master. I feel like the Chiefs have to be there just because they won the Super Bowl. They've won 3 of the last 4 or 5 years. Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Some people already say he's the best quarterback of all time. They had a top 3 defense. Travis Kelce, the best tight end. I think you have to put them in master. That's
Okay.
my opinion.
I will respect it. The Broncos. Honestly, the Broncos fell off after Manning left.
They've fallen off, yeah.
That's not even me like trying to be like a Peyton Manning lover. It's just the fact.
Yeah.
I think they made it. To like the 4th round of the playoffs, and then that's when Peyton Manning left.
Yeah.
Because they got kicked out there.
Yeah, and ever since Manning left, they haven't been the same. They haven't made the playoffs in the last couple of years. Now they lost Russell Wilson, so I don't really know what their quarterback situation is, and I don't even know if I would. I feel like Denver right now would be just awful, to bad. I don't know. What do you feel like they're suited in just awful, or would you put them in bad?
I mean, I feel rude. It feels rude to put them in just awful, but like, they do suck.
They are bad. Russell Wilson. People were excited about that. Oh God, we have a veteran. We have a good quarterback, and he just hasn't been the guy he was in Seattle.
Yeah.
Carolina.
What are you saying?
Our camera guy's just shocked. Sorry. The Panthers.
Another tier list, so you have something else to talk about after this.
Well, after this, we're gonna go into vacation spots.
The Panthers. That's an abysmal franchise. They passed up on C.J. Stroud, who was on Houston, who took them to the playoffs, and they took Bryce Young, who was abysmal. Bryce Young was terrible. And, yeah, he doesn't have the team around him, so maybe that has to do with that a little bit. I think the Panthers won like 3 games. So, to me, they're going in just awful. They're
I can respect it.
abysmal.
I would even throw the Buccaneers in just awful too.
If there was a tier, yeah, the Buccaneers. Well, yeah, okay. Maybe that's a little disrespect because they did. I'd put the bad. I wouldn't say just off. They did make the playoffs. They won their first playoff game. They competed with the Lions pretty good actually in the divisional game.
Yeah, good point.
So I'd probably put them in bad. Probably ahead of or below. Probably in the middle of Houston. And yeah, I'd probably do that. I'd say they're better than Chicago. You want the next one?
The Vikings. Gosh. I used to be a big Vikings fan. And when I tell you, Minnesota, eh? When I tell you, it's just year after year disappointment.
Yeah.
I'm so used to it at this point. I don't even like. They've lost all their star power. Did they even make playoffs this year?
They didn't.
No, like
They were, I think, going into the year, they were the favorites to win the division. And then they started off like 1-3, and then Kirk Cousins went down with an Achilles injury. So many quarterbacks went down with an Achilles injury this year. Cousins was one of them. And then once he went down, they just kind of, at that point it was over. So it's tough because their quarterback went down. They do have Justin Jefferson. They have a mediocre defense. So I'd probably put them. They're not better than Dallas or Buffalo, so I'd probably put them in bad if it was me.
I could agree with that. The Patriots. If this was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
Yeah, with Tom Brady.
yeah, we'd
And now
throw him right up there.
Best quarterback ever.
But honestly, now that he's gone,
you're not a big Mac Jones guy. No, Mac
you're a
Jones.
big Mac guy though, huh? Honestly, now that Brady's gone, they don't cheat anymore, so they can't win anything.
They don't cheat anymore. Brady does cheat. Yeah, they're bad.
Cheats on his wife with his son.
Would you put them in? Would you put them in bad or just awful?
I would put him in bad.
Yeah.
Because like they still have some potential, but like.
Yeah,
not
I
as
think they're
bad
better
as-
than the Panthers. They have a better defense at least. The Saints, I think they're like probably the most mid team in the NFL.
Honestly, that is so true.
So they're average. They're such like they're a 9-8, 8-9 team. Like they've been 9-8 or 8-9, like probably for the last like 3-4 years. And the thing is, like they're in probably the worst division in the league, and they still can't find a way to win that division, which kind of sucks. And they have weapons.
They
The
have
problem
weapons?
is what?
They have weapons. They can shoot each other.
Yeah, they have guns. The problem is their quarterback was Derek Carr. That's one of the problems. Their defense was mid, and they don't really have any star weapons on offense. Like they don't have a top receiver or a top. They have Kamara. I guess he's okay, but other than that. And then the poor Niners, who always get beat in the Super Bowl by the Chiefs.
I would also put them up in Master though, because they were definitely winning the Super Bowl, and then that damn script. You tell me where you were watching the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
obviously, right? There was like what not even a second. I think it was like 0.2 seconds left on the clock, and Mahomes just tosses a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Shut up,
So
bro.
I saw this stat. The Chiefs in the Super Bowl in the last like 3 or 4 years haven't been called for an offensive holding once,
I know.
and they led the league in offensive holdings in the regular season this year, and they didn't get called for one in the Super Bowl.
I know.
And the Niners have one of the best D lines, so it doesn't really equal up. Doesn't make sense.
The script.
The script,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, it's a script.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
Vegas rigged it.
if any two teams are going up there, it's KC and SF.
Yeah. Oh, and then Washington. Sam Howell.
The Commanders.
I mean, going in, they had a lot of question marks. There was a lot of this team could potentially be okay because before they traded, they had Chase Young, they had Montez Sweat, who they traded away. They had weapons like that on defense that could take over a
weapons?
game. Yeah, they had weapons. They had guys who could take over a game, and then they started off like 1-4 and traded them away. So I'd probably put them. I'll ask you: would you want to put them in bad or just awful?
Do you think the Panthers could beat the Commanders?
I think. Yeah,
Then
I
throw
think
them just
Washington's
awful.
better than Carolina. So if it was me, I'd put Washington in the middle of Denver and Carolina because I think Denver is better than them.
Okay, I'll throw them in there.
I'll probably put them in the middle of
I'll respect your
those
opinion.
two. Yeah.
W, literally.
W.
I'm not gonna lie, I know nothing about the
The Chargers.
yeah.
Yeah, so the Chargers are a team that every year, like, they have a lot of question marks too. They're a team that every year they have potential. Like they have Justin Herbert, who's really good. Justin Herbert, I love Justin Herbert. It seemed like
What a
I don't know
name.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's his team or if he's just underperforming. But every year, like I don't think they made the playoffs this year. I think they won like 9 games. I would probably put them behind the Saints in average because I do think the Saints have a little bit of an edge. So I'd probably put them at the end. Yeah,
Allow me.
you got this.
The Colts.
Yeah.
Oh. I was at that game. The Houston Colts game. There's
Oh,
no shot we lost that. That's why Houston fucking sucks.
that's why you're saying it. So you're being.
We
biased.
didn't have we were using our backup quarterback because our main quarterback
That's the game where that guy dropped that ball on 4th
Yep.
down, eh?
uh-huh.
I was wondering why you were so against Houston. Now it makes sense.
I don't even remember his name.
Yeah,
It was
I
like the backup of the backup of the backup of the backup.
I didn't realize that.
And Minshew just tossed the ball to him. Like we're throwing Hail Marys when we should be playing for that 1 yard. It was 4-1, and they tried to get a touchdown.
Yeah. That guy should have caught it too, though.
No, he was never catching that. Minshew threw it way too short. He had to. He was running.
Minshew.
He stopped. He had to turn all the way around to grab it and like reach back. So
My
even if he grabbed it, he was getting
My thing was, it was 4th and 1, right?
Yeah.
You have Jonathan Taylor,
exactly.
and you don't give the ball to him, who's one of your better players.
He's literally the best player.
The
on
best
field.
player, and one of the best running backs in the game. And how you don't hand that ball off, I don't get it. The coach should be gone. He should be fired. The OC should
Well, they
be
were
fired.
in shotgun.
Oh, they were in shotgun.
Yeah, which
So they weren't even making it look like they were running it either.
no.
Like they were telling the defense we're passing it.
Yeah,
If you're gonna pass it, at least make it look like you're running it.
like
At least make the defense guess.
4-1, and they
So I'll let you. I'll let you pick where you think they should go.
just off of like players alone, they almost won the division.
Right, which would have been surprising.
It would. You know what? We weren't even supposed to. I think we were supposed to be like 2 and
Yeah,
2 and like 8.
and your quarterback went down, right? I think.
Yeah, we were using
And
him,
you still won like 8-9 games.
which very impressive.
Yeah.
So put him in just off. No, I would honestly, for what we had, for where we were and how we did it, I'd put him at the top of average.
Top of average.
Top of average, or just behind Dallas is fine. Oh, there we go. For what we had and how we did it, I'd put us there.
That's fair.
Now, for how we lost,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot myself.
Yeah. That. I watched that. I was just done a movie. I put on the end of the game, and that was like the only play I watched. and
I was
like,
at that game.
Oh my god!
I was sitting
yeah,
in
I think
the
I saw you.
stands. No, you didn't.
So I was like, "Is that Brayden?"
No.
Yeah.
didn't. What was I wearing?
You're wearing your.
Wrong. I was wearing nothing.
You're wearing your Taylor Swift jersey. We got the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson, the abuser,
Put him in just
likes to
awful.
abuse women. No, they're
I mean,
just
doesn't
awful.
doesn't every NFL player?
They're not terrible. I mean, they made the playoffs and then got killed by Houston. They I'll put them in average. That's my vote.
I'll agree with it.
Because they were kind of like Houston too. They overperformed. They weren't supposed to make the playoffs.
A lot of teams this year that weren't supposed to make the playoffs made the
In the
playoffs.
middle of the playoffs, yeah. And then we have the New York Jets.
The Jets.
And,
the Jets.
Have you seen those videos where it's like Aaron Rodgers' highlights of 2024 and it's him waving the flag or carrying the flag?
Yeah.
That's about it. That was, I think it was like his third snap as a Jet. The building was pumped going into it. The crowd was buzzing, and then Rodgers goes down, and that was it for them. Zach Wilson, no one knows who he is. So this is kind of tough. It's where do you put them, because stat-wise, they had like the first to second best defense in the NFL, and if they had Rodgers, people could make a case that they could be in very good or even master, because they could have won the Super Bowl. So I don't really know where you put the Jets here.
Statistically, I'd probably agree with the good or very good. But I mean, if we're talking about last season without Aaron Rodgers,
Right. I mean, obviously that's a big downgrade, Rodgers to Zach Wilson.
I'd probably smack him in the average.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, you can't
And
do anything about that.
Yeah, and if
It's
it weren't
just-
for their defense, they'd be probably just awful. But I think they ended up winning 7-8 games, and that's not because of Zach Wilson.
It's like going from. It's like playing a game of flag football, and I got Tom Brady as my quarterback, and he hurt something. I got to sub you in. Like, I'd rather just quit the game.
Would you take me over Zach Wilson? I could probably throw a
I
better
would.
ball. I mean, Zach Wilson, you can just tell they baby him. Like they don't really they
don't
just
let him
run the
play.
ball and they just do 3 little like slants or whatever. Yeah, here's another team, the Eagles. Highly underperformed the Eagles. They started off 10-1. Had the best record in the NFL. They were 10-1, and then
Impressive.
finished their season 11-6. They lost the division somehow. They lost to the Giants the last week of the season. Get your playoff tickets for the Red Wings. They're making the playoffs this year.
What a fucking.
They lost the division, ended up playing in the wild card, lost to Tampa Bay, who sucks. I would put them in good.
You'd put him in good?
The thing is, like, I don't. They're better than average.
It looks like you just tell me to stop 3 times.
15 minutes.
Double high five.
I would put them in good because I wouldn't. I have them better than the Jets, even though they kind of did crash and burn. But I don't have them at very good.
They had the opportunity.
Yeah.
It really upsets me seeing the Lions all alone up there.
If you want to put the Eagles at very good, that's fine. I just don't think a team that can go. They started off 10-1. And then they finished 1-6 and lost the wild card round to Tampa Bay, who we have at bad. So that's why I want to put them at good. But
I know who I'm putting up there and very good. Don't worry about it. I already
Okay.
said- I'm looking at it.
Seattle.
Seattle Seahawks. Absolute monsters. Too bad they kind of suck this year. And every other year.
Yeah,
That's
I think they just missed the playoffs, right?
honestly, I feel like this season especially, I don't know too much about last season, but this season especially, the teams that weren't supposed to make the playoffs made the playoffs, and then the teams that were didn't.
Yeah.
It's like what the
Seattle was supposed to make it as a wild card. They're in a tough division with the Niners and the Rams, but
But like at the same time, the Rams kind of suck.
the Rams,
The Rams kind of suck.
they
Depending on who you
overperformed.
ask.
They overperformed too.
But they weren't supposed to do what they did, and then they
Right.
just happened to do what they did. So it
Yeah.
just it's like I said, it's just unfortunate that it happened like that.
Average for Seattle, or what are you thinking? Or bad? I don't care either one.
I'd put them average. I'd put 'em
Average, yeah. Probably at the end, below.
Is that Baltimore next?
Yeah. That is Baltimore.
Baltimore Ravens.
I feel bad for Baltimore.
I feel so bad. They were supposed to make. Have you ever heard the theory about the?
The color theory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were supposed to make playoffs.
They were
Or I mean,
Super Bowl, yeah.
Super Bowl.
Well, they're in, yeah.
It was supposed
It
to
was
be
supposed them and the Niners, right?
no. It was supposed to be them and KC
They're both in the AFC though.
because it was supposed to be them and the Niners. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm slow. I wasn't.
All
They're
good.
both red. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't lost.
You know,
They're both red.
yeah, I know the color theory. That's done now, I guess, at least for this year. But
Well, no, the script.
this,
You know, they really wanted KC in there.
yeah, Lamar won the MVP. Lamar, regular season, Lamar is a different thing. And then once he gets to the playoffs, Lamar, I don't know if you watched the game against the Chiefs in the NFC Championship. Lamar was terrible. Lamar was awful. I don't know if you watched that, but Lamar is a total. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the nerves. He has playoff experience. He just doesn't perform. He won the MVP, so good for him, I guess. So Baltimore, I guess. I don't know. Very good. I don't know. They did make it to the AFC Championship.
I'd
Lost to the Super Bowl champs. I don't know.
put them very good. I'd put
Yeah.
them very good.
I'd put Lion. Yeah.
Vegas.
Las Vegas Raiders. Their stadium sucks, I'll tell you that.
Well, the Super Bowl is held there, so
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of something else. Yeah. Because the Eagles started off.
The Super Bowl.
No, not this year. That was in like not this year, last year, and then they lost. They lost to a quarterback. Mahomes was playing on one good leg, and they lost. The Raiders. I don't even know I can't even think of their quarterback right now.
I mean they're just kind of dog shit all around.
Just awful.
Just awful.
I can't even think of their quarterback.
I can't even think of any player on their team.
Like
I know nothing.
Josh Jacobs. Oh no, he's
No?
he's gone too. Max Crosby. That's their only good player.
I don't even. Can
He's
we get a
still-
check on that?
I think he's still on the
The
team.
quarterback for the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I can't even think of his name.
I don't think it's.
No, Max Crosby isn't the quarterback. He's the O line,
Oh,
D lineman. Sorry,
yeah.
I can't think of their quarterback's name though. And if I can't think of the team's quarterback's name, then they must be pretty bad.
What's the Colts quarterback?
Gardner Minshew.
It's not obvious.
Huh?
Apparently they're looking for quarterbacks right now. So
Why don't you just look for it?
Whatever.
You have a laptop.
Look up.
O'Connell.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell. Yeah,
Kevin, my G.
Kevin O'Connell's terrible.
Kevin.
They
sucks.
lost. They played Minnesota this year. Minnesota was on their back, like their third string, and they lost like 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just awful is a right place for them. Yeah, you're right. It is Aiden O'Connell. My bad. The Rams. They put them in just. I wouldn't.
It's because Donnie likes the Rams.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't think you can say a playoff team. I don't think you can put a playoff team in just awful.
You can put them in bad though.
You can put them in bad. Yeah, we don't have any. Yeah, we do have Houston. That's bad. Bad. You saying bad? They're old. Stafford, he's still good, even though he's old. They lost Aaron Donald. Yeah, bad's fine. I'd put them at the end.
I'd put him bad or average. Just kind of depends.
Yeah, if there was a tier between average and bad, I'd put them in there. I mean, I know there's not, but
I know, but I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm living on that.
Then the Bengals. Oh, I feel bad for them too.
The Bengals.
Joe Burrow got hurt, ruined their year.
So many quarterbacks, bro. Like, just stop getting hurt.
And the thing is, like,
Have a better defensive
He
line.
got hurt in the spring training or preseason, whatever they call it in football. Came back in like week 4, played a few weeks, then got hurt again.
I don't even think it was a few weeks. I think he came back in week 4, and then got hurt in week 5 or
Maybe
week 6,
something like
week
that.
6.
Yeah, he didn't play very much. And the thing, even though he played for like 2 games, you saw just in those 2 games how good they could be. Like in the
Yeah.
week he came back, they were playing the Niners. I was watching that game, and the Bengals looked so dominant. They beat the Niners. You saw how good the Bengals could be with Joe Burrow. They have Jamar Chase. They used to have T. Higgins. T. Higgins is gone now. They had the team, and then Burrow goes down, and that kind of, I mean, any team that loses their starting quarterback more than likely won't have any success.
Well, I mean, we did just talk about the Colts.
Right. I mean, if you lose your starting quarterback, you're not winning. You're probably, if you make the playoffs, you're probably not winning a playoff game if you lose your starting quarterback.
Sure. Well, he was supposed
Unless
to come
you
back.
have a decent backup.
He was supposed to come back before our first playoff. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting
You're
sidetracked.
good. So this is tough too. This is kind of like the Jet. I'd probably put them in average. I want to put them higher. I mean, them losing T. Higgins doesn't help.
I mean, I could agree though. I could agree to the average. I can see why you'd want to put him in the good, maybe even the very good.
Yeah, if Joe Burrow was there, I'd probably say very good because I mean,
even, you know what? I'd even put him. I'd put him just in front of the Chargers. Give him some loving.
they're better than the Chargers, Browns, Jets, and Seahawks.
Good works.
They put them in good. That's fine.
Oh boy.
The Titans. They're in your division, eh?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
Stop talking. They suck.
Derrick Henry with the arm stiffs.
They suck.
Yeah, they do suck.
They sacked our quarterback like 6 times.
I think they won like 5 games. So I'd probably put them.
I don't even think it was 5. There's so many teams that like feel like they won so much more than they did.
Yeah. The Titans,
I'd put them bad.
I'd put them in bad. That's like another team where like if there was a tier between bad and just awful, I'd put them in there. But I'd probably put them in bad, like the last bad.
Well, because they're not like I feel like the Titans could beat everybody in just awful,
Yeah.
but like
Probably not Houston, but
what?
sorry. Yeah. Just awful. Yeah. Sorry.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Braden,
because
Braden-
Houston's okay. Fine, put them in good. Put Houston in good.
Put Houston in good.
Put Houston in good. The
No.
no, that's Titans.
This is Houston.
The first one in bad. The first one in
Yeah.
bad. Put them in good.
Yeah, you're right though. The Titans would be all for, like if there was a tournament with those 5 teams and just awful, the Titans would win.
Titans in bad. Titans in bad. Thank you, Van or
The Falcons.
Jordan.
The Falcons are another Saints where like they're like so average.
Huh? Sorry, I'm so used to you talking.
The Falcons are like the Saints, like they're another average team. Again, they're in a bad division and still only win like 8-9 games. I'd probably put them right with the Saints. Actually, if it was me, like I'd put them right in the middle there.
I could agree.
If
to
that's
that.
I'd put them right next to the Saints.
I could agree to that. They're very
Um,
similar. Right in average.
Yeah.
In between the little yellow and blue lightning bolt and the
Yeah.
tri-pronged fork. Thanks, chat. You. Van?
There we go. Yeah, right there.
Locked in,
Yeah, I
chat.
like them there.
Average position on the entire
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and it makes sense that the Saints. I think the Saints and Falcons. I mean, they're both a 9-win.
Well, no, I feel like the Chargers are in the most average spot.
Yeah. Chargers, Saints, Falcons, Chargers are all average.
The Giants.
Oh God.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched their first game, cried, stopped watching their games.
Who did they play? Do you
I don't
remember?
even remember. It was in.
They probably lost by a lot.
Oh, it was. I cannot wait to talk about the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Giants are probably. I mean, their quarterback Daniel Jones, right? Yeah. I'd probably put them in just awful, especially now that they lost Barkley. I
Yeah.
mean, there's nothing really good there. I don't really know. I think they'll be probably awful for a while because I don't really know.
Unless they get a crazy pick.
Yeah, I mean, they will have a top something. They will have a better pick. I don't know where they landed. I'm sure it's top 5. I'm sure they will be drafting. If it was me, I'd probably draft a quarterback. But they have many problems just outside of quarterbacks. I mean, they need a running back. They need weapons on receiver. They have no defense, so they need a lot there.
I feel like a lot of teams should just focus on their D line
Yeah,
because I mean you can't really. You can have a kind of mediocre quarterback if you have a good defense.
yeah, and a good O line. Like if you have a good O line, like the Lions, they have Jared Goff. Jared Goff's top 10. But because he has one of the best O lines and because he has a good running back duo, it makes Goff look better than what he actually is. And then we got Arizona.
Do you dislike the Cardinals?
Kind of. I mean, they're obviously just awful. They're terrible. Don't you agree?
Sure.
You don't agree? Where would you put them?
I'd put them in bad.
Yeah? Okay, that's fine.
They had potential, but then they just
You
kinda,
think they would beat all the teams and just awful?
God no. I feel like they'd have trouble with Denver. But they could
They'd
beat,
probably beat Washington.
was
They'd beat
gonna say.
Carolina. The Raiders,
maybe not.
the Giants, they'd probably beat.
100%.
Then the Steelers. I mean,
We were actually just talking
we were
about the
talking about
Steelers
they're a
and
team that's
how they're stuck in being shit land.
like they focus on making the playoffs. They make sure they win their 9-10 games. Tomlin keeps his job,
And then they
and then once they go
lose
to the playoffs, they lose.
You know
Um,
what? It keeps mom and dad happy. So
I mean, so because they make the playoffs every year and they win 9-10 games, I think good to average.
I'd put them in good. I'd put them in good.
I mean, obviously not very good because I mean it's the Steelers. So
Well, obviously not very good because that's where the Dolphins are gonna go.
yeah,
I did I did fantasy football for the first time in like 7 years
okay.
this year, or I guess last year technically. And as a joke, my entire lineup was the Miami Dolphins.
Was it actually
Swear to God,
every position? Like
every
Tua,
single
Tyreek,
every
Waddle.
single position. And I fall asleep one night, and I wake up to the Dolphins winning 70-20
Oh yeah,
against the Broncos.
that was a nice treat, eh?
That was a beautiful treat. And then I still lost fantasy, but like, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, very good is probably fair. They probably should have done better than what they did.
They could have won the Super Bowl.
They had, yeah. They squandered that division away. They had a 2-game lead in that division with like 3 weeks, and squandered that away.
Yeah.
Forced them to go in KC on the road and lost. And they could have played Pittsburgh. Buffalo played Pittsburgh. But yeah.
What was the best halftime performance ever in your memory? The GOAT halftime performance.
Best halftime show ever?
I like the weekends.
The Weekends was good. I found this year's terrible.
Yeah, Usher's was ass.
I don't know, Shakira, baby.
Shakira's was really good. Rihanna's was really good.
My hips don't lie. Yeah, The Weekends was probably. Trying to think of other ones.
Eminem's was good.
Eminem's was. Yeah, that was probably my favorite. Me being a Lions fan, I got a special place for Eminem. You know. Home and raised, Detroit.
Anyways.
No.
No. Anyways,
Yeah. So, anyways, I think this is a pretty good list.
some definite like maybes that we could swap around there, but yeah, that's all around a decent list. I'd
Sorry,
say.
Dallas fans, if you're watching this, seeing that your team is average. I know every year you think you're Super Bowl ready, but you're just not.
You're not.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What do you guys think over there? Cameraman, Duke? What do you think?
Well, with my little knowledge of NFL, I think it looks pretty good.
Keith, I can tell Keith likes it. Keith's a big fan.
I think the Lions should probably lower,
No.
much lower. than the Lions, please.
I mean, the Lions almost beat the Niners, and the Niners are at Master, so.
We're talking about like overall.
Stop calling them the Niners.
Lions they're pretty awful.
Thank God we're talking about just this year.
That's what. If we're talking about as a franchise, yeah, the Lions would be just awful.
A lot of teams would be just awful.
I feel like if this tier list was a
Take the fucking Packers at a master.
if this tier list was a franchise, I feel like this is a pretty good one too, actually, because I'd probably still put the Chiefs at master as a franchise, and then 49ers. Washington would be just awful. But yeah, that's our tier list. Let us know what you think in the comments. But
Nobody's
yeah,
gonna comment. It's okay. To round it off, instead of looking at a screen and talking for, God, that was really long, and I hated every second of it. Let's talk about vacation spots. I know you went to Punta Cana recently.
yeah, that's up there. One of my favorites.
If you could go anywhere, where would it be?
That's a tough question. Probably, I mean, out of the places I went to, if I had to go somewhere again, it'd be Punta Cana. Where else would I go?
Anyways, thank you so much. No, I'm kidding. I don't
you-
know. I was expecting you to say something else. Not somewhere you just were 2 days ago.
I know, but like, I can't.
Like, if I could go anywhere right now, I'm going to Hawaii.
Okay.
No, that's
I
not
thought.
true.
Sorry, I thought you meant out of places I went.
No.
That's my bad.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where
Hawaii's up there. I've always wanted to go to Iceland. I know it's maybe sounds weird, but
Iceland's a good one. I'd probably go. Crack my neck a little
I'm
bit.
kind of sick of Florida too. I've been to Florida like besides this year, like the last like 6 years. I've seen enough of Florida.
I'd probably go.
Didn't you say Hawaii?
I can't think of what it's called anymore. I'd go to Natalie's house.
Natalie, if you come across this,
She
So
won't.
sorry.
It's okay.
yeah, nobody really watches this. We get like. 6
Why would you say
viewers.
that on you idiot? Somebody else take the mic. I can't think of what it's called. It has like a B in the name somewhere.
Bahamas.
No.
I don't know.
It has like crystal clear water. I can't think of the name. No.
I don't know.
No. Bora Bora. Thank you.
Oh.
I go to Bora Bora.
We can go there together if you want.
Nope. Anyways,
Yeah, that's a good one.
you got anything else you want to talk about?
I just want to say how much
Don't say it.
how much fun
Don't
I had
say
with you
it.
today.
Stop saying it.
I mean, this made my week. I want to thank the cast. I want to thank everyone in the back. You guys put on a great show today. Thank you for having me. I mean, this was definitely different than being just your cameraman, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Saint.
Thank you, St. Patrick.
How much-
Thank you,
Thank you, March
Natalie.
Break. Yeah, thanks, Natalie. Yeah. Shout out to Natalie.
Yeah, shout out to Natalie. You're the host, man.
Do we have more?
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Go Talk. Hopefully next week you'll see Donnie and Jordan back on the mics, and I'll be back in the room where I don't have to see Alex anymore. Thank you so much for watching,
It's been fun.
and have a
boys.
good week.